I used Brave browser for a week and lived to tell the tale. Join the Fox Den Discord down below. And if you like my content, consider subscribing. What's up, Fox Den, Fox Team? Today we are talking about the Brave browser. Now, I know this is a little weird for you tech, so let me know what you think of this video down below in the comments, but I just wanted to talk about my experiences because I switch between browsers more than the average person. The reason why I wanted to switch to Brave wasn't for their groundbreaking privacy or their groundbreaking speed. It was because Total War 3 Kingdoms couldn't play YouTube on Chrome, so I tried any other browser I could and none of them worked, and I ended up sticking with Brave because it is a very light browser, because it is a Chromium based browser. With that said though, I run a 5900X in my system and I only saw about 3% usage with the Brave browser open, as well as probably a few background apps. So is it any faster than Chrome? To the human eye, no. And it really depends on what search engine you're using. If you want privacy, you are going to have to use either Startpage or DuckDuckGo. Startpage is terrible. Yes, it is one of the best for privacy, and I will give them that. All right, if you need Tor on all of your Google searches for some, or not Google searches, but if you need Tor on all of your internet searches, then that's the way to go. But oh my God, it is unbelievably slow. I'm sure if you're watching a video about a private browser like this one, you know what DuckDuckGo is. And if you don't, it is essentially a privater version of Google Chrome. It isn't as private as Startpage, which opens up Tor immediately, but it is more private than Google itself. And then you can also just use Google. So if you're somebody like me who doesn't really need all the privacy aspects, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Google is going to know everything about me until the day that I die. And the reason why is because I'm a YouTuber. I upload myself, my personality, my likes and dislikes. Every single one of the facets of who I am is uploaded to YouTube. So when it comes to Google knowing everything about me, I kind of gave them that ability when I signed up for YouTube. And that's okay. It's something that I wanted. My entire dream in life is to be a YouTuber. And if somebody at Google is listening, give me some views. I mean, you know, I gave you all my shit anyway. But even I used DuckDuckGo on Brave. I don't know why, probably because it puts you in a different mindset to use something other than Chrome. And DuckDuckGo is fine in terms of search engines. It's not as fast as Google, but it's a bit more secure than Google. With that said though, if you use it with Google, it's a normal browser. It's pretty nice. And I'm sure if you have a lower end build, this may actually help you out. Let's say like you had my old high school laptops back in the day had 4 gigs of RAM running Windows 10 on them. So in that case, I think that's where Brave would help, because using Chrome, you would not be able to open up multiple tabs on that thing. Brave is a little bit lighter on both the CPU and the RAM than Chrome is. So I just open up Brave browser right now, and what I am looking at is 4.2%, 3.2%, 2.3%, 1% CPU usage. And Brave browser is taking up 382 megabytes of RAM. So definitely a much lighter option than Chrome. And if you were looking at a laptop that's got 4 gigs on it or something like that, then I think that's where Brave really shines. There is no steep learning curve. I think it has Google as its default. And I think it may ask you if you want to use a Brave browser instead, which I would say no. A Brave browser is also very slow. And it isn't anything about privacy too, because it'll take Google searches, it'll take Bing searches. So I wouldn't use that per se. And with that said though, using Google on it's perfectly fine. Using DuckDuckGo on it's perfectly fine. Those are the 2 options I'd recommend. Now, some of the other features of the browser are, some of the bigger features of this browser are Tor private window. So you can open up a private window with Tor, which also acts as a VPN. And unfortunately, the one thing that it seems you may have to go into the settings to configure, but I haven't even seen that in the settings option, is if you use that Tor private browser, it'll connect you to whatever country. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be close, which means that sometimes you'll get Google searches from Bulgaria and other times you'll get Google searches from China. And you just kind of got to live with it, which is unfortunate, but it is at least a step above not having a VPN at all. If you don't own a VPN, using Brave browser with Tor is pretty much a free VPN. Brave does not track logs on those private browsers. Tor is fucking Tor. You can sign up for a Brave Rewards program. That sounds to me like a Brave red flag because it is asking you to have non-personalized ads on your pages. And yeah, what's funny is I think I have it enabled by default on my iPhone because they also have an iPhone app that I've been using and I am just too lazy to turn it off. So be aware that if you download Tor on the iPhone, I believe that they sign you up for the rewards program automatically and you have to opt out of it. Whereas in the actual browser itself, I'm pretty sure I was given the option to reject before I got into anything. And speaking of the Brave browser, I switch between that and DuckDuckGo because I don't really like having Chrome on my phone. I think Chrome is a fantastic desktop browser, but I don't like Safari either. So I use DuckDuckGo most of the time, and switching to Brave was painful. DuckDuckGo is very fast compared to Brave browser, and I can switch it to DuckDuckGo, which is probably what I'll do, but just I have the default experience, and it is not as good as just using DuckDuckGo. But what's nice about the Brave browser is they have an option on your phone to just have it be those private windows with Tor every single time you open up a tab. So you can use it as sort of a sense of privacy. Let's say you're using a Reddit account or something, you see something interesting, in the news and it takes you to like an Imgur file or something like that and you click it, it'll just open up in Brave browser with a private browsing extension. Of course, if you're using the private browsing extension, chances are the things you're looking for on Reddit aren't news articles that open to Imgur, but it's okay. I understand. We're all humans. We all got to look at stuff, and that's okay. And I think that that's what Brave is great for. If you want to have some semblance of privacy for your own personal safety, Brave is a fantastic browser, not just for the S3X part, but also just in terms of sort of de-Googlify your life a little bit. Of course, I run Google on Brave with my YouTube account logged into Brave. So like I said, I don't care about de-Googlifying my life, but if you want to, I think that it is a great option. It isn't like DuckDuckGo, which is a bit heavier on desktops, and it isn't like any other shady browser. Brave is very much a thought out browser that runs very light on your system and gives you a decent amount of privacy. And that is pretty much the summary of Brave browser. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, like, subscribe, check out my gaming channel. We're playing The Sims 4 and The Sims 2. My Sims 4 video is actually out before this video is out, so check that out. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, do what you usually do, and as always, buy yourself something nice.